So I have the most exciting Australian release whiskey in my hands right here that I know for a fact that you guys have never heard of. That's probably because you probably don't ever want to hear about it. So I'm going to take a sacrifice and try this out for you. Now, what I'm talking about is a $32 bottle of Australian whiskey. Now, if that doesn't scare you, the next part is it's only 37%. So I'm not too sure if you can actually call it Australian whiskey, because I thought we had to be about 40. But anyways, so this one here I saw probably about 6 months ago, and the label is insane. Here we go. I saw this about 6 months ago at a liquor place up near Noosa for around $42-ish. I had to laugh. I took a photo, put it in some groups, and people just laughed at it. I then saw it just last week for $32. And I thought, you know what? For good shits and giggles, for a good video, I've got to try it and see how we go. So let me just pour it, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be terrible stuff and needs a bit of airing. Probably a lot more than what I want, but anyways. So let's go through this and let's try and figure out what the hell is going on here. It's called Bond 7. Now, it's originally crafted in 1950. It is Australian whiskey, and it's a 37%. Blended using selected whiskies. Standard drinks 20.4, even though it's a 700ml. Okay, product of Australia. Now, warehouse bottled in Bond. Bond 7 derives its name from the method of spirit creation, bottled in Bond, and the warehouse it was stored in during aging. A spirit that was bottled in Bond has to be aged and bottled according to a set of regulations put in place to assure quality. The original Bond 7 whiskey was distilled and bottled in a warehouse, number 7, of Milne & Co. wine merchants in South Australia during the 1950s. Today, Bond 7 carries on the tradition of authentic Australian crafted whiskey, and I believe they are in Victoria now. And this is a wheat whiskey, I believe, as well, because this is why I know it's one of the best Australian whiskies you've never heard of. It's won 2 gold awards and a silver in China. So it's won the 2015 China Wine and Spirits Awards, Whiskey of the Year 2015. Wine and Spirits Awards Best Value Gold Medal for 2016. And the San Francisco World Spirits Competition, they got a silver in 2017. Honestly, I'm not lying. Look at that. Literally has stickers on there. Anyways, I'm a little bit frightened, but I'm kind of excited at the same time. It's actually not that terrible. It's got that it's a very light white wine nose to it. It's very light, very floral. On the nose, that actually probably reminds me of, I just drank it all. I like a Japanese whiskey. It's not even a Japanese whiskey. I think it's probably Ben Nevis or something like that they imported through, but it was one of those fake Japanese whiskeys that I quite enjoyed because it was quite light. That wine on the nose now is starting to get a bit annoying. It's a bit pungent. All right. It's water. It's water with a tiny little bit of smoke to it, but nothing major. That's just water. There isn't really nothing to it. I can leave it in my mouth. It's a little bit of a linger. It's definitely got that little bit of the smoky kind of lingering around it. A bit spice, I think, just because it's probably, I'm assuming, cheapest whiskey. Well, no, it is cheapest whiskey. I'm not as shocked, I'm going to admit, I'm not as shocked as what I thought it could have been. I honestly thought this could have been terrible whiskey. Now, it's not great. I'm not going to say go out and buy this unless you want to do the same thing as what I'm doing. But I was ready to throw, half of it out in my tasting kind of panel. So that's interesting. Now, what I have done, because I'm smart, and it's a $32 blended whiskey. I love my Coke and whiskey. So let's give it a try and see if there's anything at all, and see if it could be one of your cheaper mixes but it's still only 37%. Cokey goodness. So that tastes like Johnny Walker Red with Coke, except there's no, Johnny Walker Red still has that bit of sharpness to it because it's not great. This thing here is very flat in the kind of sense it's just like, you can taste the Johnny Walker Red flavors in it, but there's no real hit of it at the end of it. It's just a very flat flavor. So, $32. I might put this in I'm going to put this in a secret, I shouldn't have said anything, damn it. I'm going to put this in a little secret tasting one day with some of my mates with some really nice whiskeys and kind of see what they say. I'm definitely not going to do it straight up because they're going to watch this video and they're going to be prepared for it, but this is going to go in there and I'm going to be very surprised and very interested to see if anyone turns around and says this is amazing whiskey. Now, the reason why I say that is that I've just seen some comments about all different whiskeys and how people are drinking them and how they're supposed to be drinking them. Can I just say, drink the way you want to drink whatever you like to drink. Look, I put Coke in my whiskeys every so often, only Johnny Blacks and Jamesons of that. But I like a bit of ice sometimes and stuff. Don't fall for what every other person is saying you have to do. You're enjoying whiskey because you enjoy it the way you enjoy it. So enjoy it the way you enjoy it. It's as simple as that. Thanks, guys. I'm not going to let this one drag out any longer than it needs to be. I'm out of here. See ya.